Hi there, this is Diane. This is a video response to a number of inquiries about the same topic. And finally, this last one just said, okay, girl, they want to know this. And it's just a great compliment. And so thank you for asking me. And please continue to ask me anything that you have questions about. And I mean anything. I just made a video about how I use different techniques from my Logitech QuickCam Fusion and what the inquiries were about, so that I can put it out there, are how to feel at ease and poised and graceful and mindful of your audience when you're making your own videos. And that is a really great compliment for me, because at this point in my life, even though I have done lots and lots of public speaking, this is my first go at doing something like this. And so I've been trying to implement all the little things that I have learned about being a good communicator and use it in my videos. So if you have other suggestions that I fail to mention, please, I'm open to adding those to this video, maybe in the more info box or perhaps just in the comments. I think the biggest thing that I would share is to, think about the power that we have to bless another's life by who we are and what we share. Is what I'm sharing today going to brighten somebody's day? That is my main motivation for what I do. Do I bless your life? That is why I do this. I want to use my power of voice to make this world a better, happier, positive place. There is enough of the opposite of those on the planet. I don't want to lend my voice to darkness and gloom. That is not what I am about. I want to use everything that I have, every breath I have, to make this world a brighter, lighter, happier, more hopeful, more optimistic place. And so I don't take my power of voice lightly. Every time that I share something with you, I do it with a full understanding that it is a great stewardship that I have to share my voice with you and with the world. I have been plotting some of my top 10 videos on a little globe, and I'm going to share with you, but my voice has gone out in the world. And even though my passport doesn't have a single stamp in it, I am being heard all throughout the world. And so that is one of my tips, is to be mindful of who's watching you and that they're giving you your most precious commodity, their time, which they will never ever get back. So be worthy of being invited into somebody's home every single day. And as such, you're being invited into somebody's home. If you were going to go to somebody's home, I would always bring a gift. I would always dress appropriately. I would always have a message of inspiration to share. And so that's what I do. Even though I'm using a different medium, I like to dress appropriately. I like to make sure that I am mindful that whatever you see, this is not a radio, this is a visual medium, that I'm going to give you something delicious to look at behind me. And maybe something will inspire you to make sure that you are mindful of your environment, that it might be a power for good to make sure that your environment reflects some of your positivity. I also make sure that I feel like I'm talking to one of my very best friends. And I love my friends, and I do not get to spend enough face-to-face time with them. But I love my friends. And so that I want to make sure that one of the things that I do that is honoring to my friends, to my YouTube friends, is to make sure that I always have excellent eye contact. When I'm filming, the camera is up here. It's right up here. And I don't look at myself filming. If I did, this is what it would look like. I can see me right now. Here, I'm looking at you, and I'm looking straight into the camera. Why? Because I've done a lot of videos that I wasn't, and it bothered me when I keep going like this so I can see what it is I'm filming. And so that would be my suggestion to you, is keep practicing. Practice, practice, practice. When I first got started, I think back in September, I had a friend who would view my videos, and he would give me critiques about them. And one of the things that he invited me to do was to make one video every day, whether or not it was noteworthy of posting, but just for the practice of talking to a camera and being comfortable. Because at first, when I first did it, I just giggled and I laughed and I couldn't keep my thoughts together. And so that's one of the things. Also, make sure that you have in your mind something in general that you really have a message to share. I wouldn't recommend doing a full-on script. I don't think it's natural that way. I think if you speak from your heart, that is one thing. So speak from your heart, be mindful of your audience, talk into the camera, make sure that you're dressed appropriately, make sure that your background is beautiful to look at as well. And finally, I have one more word of caution. With the power of technology, we can become very, very savvy and quick to record and post. And in that quick time, sometimes we may become way impassioned that it is not reasonable to post when we're so upset or we're so angry or whatever it is. And so I would caution to make sure that you don't make a recording or you don't post something that you have prepared in the heat of the moment. Let that subside. Get something to eat, sleep on it. In the morning, if you still feel like there are valid points to be made, yes, make your video, post it. But don't do it when you're in the heat of anger or the heat of passion. All of us feel those things and we like to rant. But I don't think that broadcasting us at not our finest moments is a wise thing to do. I think in almost all cases, you will only feel regret. And if you are always mindful of those principles and your purpose is to really, really bless the people that you share your message with, I don't think you can go wrong. I think if you speak from your heart and you have a really great intent, then you'll have great videos to share. So thank you so much again for watching, and it's a great blessing for me, and I do thank you. I'm Diane.